Alright, welcome back to another Gert chat, everyone. We are doing more of this because, in fact, last Friday, something, interesting stories happened last Friday. And, I guess I could add another one happened this Friday too. But I wanted to get one out because also I haven't uploaded anything in a while, and since I'm also doing other things, and those things are getting in the way of other things, and I decided to do Twitch now, well, I guess I decided to do Twitch more often because it's a lot easier than, making videos, but anyways, so I'm just gonna get to the story real quickly. So it all started, last Friday, right? So this is the story how I essentially got, robbed, at school, right? So essentially, when I get to school, I get there early, and then there's like only like a half hour of time or so when I get there until school actually starts. And in the meantime, you can do whatever you need to do. You can just walk or talk or with people or do work or anything like that. And then what I usually do is I just do I do the work that I had to do that day in the cafeteria, and I happen to sit right next to the doors at the cafeteria, right at the edge. And so, anyways, now this is usual routine for me. I usually am usually like this. I'm a friend, just due to any things that might legal things that might pop up later. I'm just gonna call these two people Mr. N and Mr. P. All right. So now, just anyways, so now Mr. N and Mr. P, they usually walk together, and they happen to visit me every now and then, say, oh, how you doing, I'm like, I'm still doing my work, and they're like, oh, nice, let's keep walking, and then, that's what they do, and so on this particular time, they happen to, I'm doing my work, right, and then, as normal, I'm doing my math, and I'm doing stuff on my calculator, and I have my phone and binder out, of my backpack. And then so what they do, as just a joke, right? At least I thought it was a joke, right? So, I'm working. Now all of a sudden they both rush in and they take my math binder and my backpack and just run out. I'm like, oh, they're gonna return it, They're just gonna walk around, just give it back. They're like, oh, we scared you, And I'm like, all right, no, I'm just gonna wait. So I keep waiting. And I keep waiting. And I keep waiting. And there's like 5 minutes. This happens like 5 minutes before school starts. So I'm like, oh, okay. And there's now 3 minutes, 2 minutes left. And I'm like, oh, are they gonna bring it back? How long does it take? Walk around. It's kind of, And so I'm like thinking now, oh, am I gonna get my stuff back? And then all of a sudden this teacher comes and stands right next to my table, and I'm like, oh. She's expecting me to leave. She's looking at me occasionally like why do you not have a backpack? You just have a homework. Because all I have out is just my homework I was doing, and my calculator, and the pencil, and that's it, and then my phone, and then that's it. And then so I'm like, okay, apparently they're not coming back. That's not good. I'm thinking, oh, I'm just gonna have to walk right into English, not put everything I have in my pockets and just walk away over there. And so essentially that's what I do. And then now I'm walking through the halls, just hands in pockets, securing stuff. And then I'm like, all right. And I said to my friend, oh, they took my stuff, I'm like, oh, I don't know where they put it. So I start, texting them like, where's my stuff? I need it back, And they're like, oh yeah, we dropped it off in the office. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I go pick it up in the office. And then, they had my note in there and all that. And then so, then during lunch, I start telling them about this, and then they're like, oh, and they're like, oh, sorry about that, And then, but they're just laughing at how I had to put stuff in my pockets and all that, I guess no one's ever expected that. But anyways, that's what happened last Friday. I would never expected that. Now this Friday actually, this one is during biology, right? So we're working on some DNA stuff, whatever. I forgot what we're doing. But then we hear this this beeping in the background, And then so I was working with Mr. N, and our teacher comes by, and he asks our teacher, "Oh, is that your bomb?" As a joke. And he's like, "Yeah." And then a teacher saying, yeah, that's my bomb in the background is just probably the most funny, the funniest thing. just admit that. What I really think happened is that he just wasn't listening. He's like, yeah, yeah, sure. And then and you know but that's still nonetheless really I'd say that's really funny as a Counter-Strike reference. But yeah, I would to say those are two events that happened during Friday times. And now I'll go quickly onto the notifications. All right, so now you may notice. I used to say to back then. I could hit with that thing. Uh, yeah. So real quickly, I'm just gonna say Mini version 2. I'm still working on that. You know, I wanted it to come out sooner, but unfortunately, people have like they had like you know what? Let's not work on the map. And I'm like, but they're like no. And then so like let's do other things. And then so now what I'm trying to do is and then plus I'm also struggling with motivation, creativity. I think I covered this before, but I'm starting to get back into it. I feel like I have some ideas, and also I'm also I hope to get this done before spring break or whatever that is, because I really am looking forward to other people playing this map and, me playing and watching other people playing. That's what I'm looking forward to. And then plus, all right, plus Twitch. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch more frequently now because I never used to do it because I couldn't handle it before, but now I can. And I'm trying to work out how things go, and because I find Twitch a lot easier to just stream, do everything. You don't have to edit or anything, like what I'm doing now, edits. And then but that's what I'm doing. So, anyways, let me know what you think. Subscribe for more. I hope you've enjoyed this content. Thanks so much for watching, and I still have no closer.